Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess, and on my channel I like to post all sorts of content from lifestyle, wellness, going through my pregnancy, monthly reset routines, to this type of video, this type of topic where I talk a little bit more about financial wellness, how to set yourself up for a healthy, wealthy future. And I genuinely hope that by creating these videos for you guys, they just show you that creating income for yourself through non-traditional income streams is possible, it is doable, and you can make decent money by trying out different side hustles. On my channel, I have made several videos where I talk about different side hustles. In fact, I had one side hustles video go sort of viral. That video, I just talked about, like different side hustle ideas that I was trying after being laid off. And I had a request in my comment recently to go through like my total roll up, my total count for 2023, which I thought would be really interesting to share with you guys, like a full breakdown, all of my income streams, where they rolled up to for 2023. And I also figured I could break it down by month as well. So hope you guys find this video interesting. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up button. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into it. All right, so to start off, let's just go over what my main income streams were, and then I'll break it down actually how much I made in each one by month and then tally it up for you guys at the end. So I had, I would say like on average, pretty much 7 main income streams in 2023. So those were dividend investments, dividend income, Google ad revenue, brand partnerships, UGC, Rover, affiliate marketing, and then freelance work. So those were the income streams that I made what I would consider, decent income from, had high or low income varying month over month. So let's just go ahead and dive into how much I made from each of these broken down by month. So I'm actually going to start off by talking about freelance work because I only had 1 month where I actually did freelance work. If you're unfamiliar, freelance work is when you basically offer some services that you have: video editing, social media content creation, thumbnail design. Those are just examples for like my field within social media and content, but it could be anything from like writing a resume to writing articles, all sorts of different things. And you can check out websites like Fiverr and Upwork, etc., to get started with freelancing if you have a skill like that you want to start monetizing. For me, I was doing sort of like video editing for somebody. Somebody reached out to me, asked if I could help with a project that they were working on, and I was like, sure, why not? So I did make $550 from that income stream, and that was in the month of July. So I only made $550 from this income stream in total, and I only did it in the month of July, but it's definitely something that I have considered doing a little bit more often, more full-time, honestly, just to make a little bit of extra income, and also because I've gotten, good comments on my videos that I'm good at editing and make good videos. So this is one that I would consider doing a little bit more long-term. So next I want to talk about affiliate marketing. My affiliate marketing is primarily done through Amazon affiliates, Amazon associates, and I have shown in some other videos how to get started with Amazon affiliates, but I'll just pop up on the screen kind of quickly like what I'm talking about with Amazon affiliate marketing and kind of what that looks like. I do have a storefront, and I can also just send people links directly to products if there's just one product that I'm specifically recommending. But for things like, all of my stuff that I bought for the baby shower, or all of my stuff that I'm buying for the nursery, like I can make essentially an idea board for that topic. I've also done, like my favorite thriller books or whatever. So I could always just send people to like that whole page so they can see everything that I've linked there. Basically the way it works is if anybody uses one of my links, then I would actually get, a small commission from somebody converting based on, using my link. I will say the Amazon affiliate program is pretty small commission amounts. So, it's not thousands and thousands of dollars for me, but it definitely has the potential to scale to that. And what's cool about affiliate marketing is that it is pretty passive. I am just sharing about things that I'm already using anyways. So I post on my Instagram story, or I talk about it in my YouTube channel, and then I link it down in my description box or whatever on my Instagram stories. And so I wouldn't say it's a ton of, active work that I'm actively working on, pushing out products or anything like that. It's just something that I kind of am wrapping into what I'm already doing. So it makes it pretty passive for me. I didn't actually start this until February of last year. So I probably didn't really start pushing products right away, because as I look at my income, it doesn't really start flowing in until April. And I will again say that affiliate marketing for me, since it's not something I'm actively really like pushing, working on, it has been very small for me. But in the month of April, I made $2 from affiliate marketing on Amazon. In the month of May, I made $6.20. In the month of June, I made $10.06. In the month of July, I made $29.25. And that was actually a really big month for me with affiliate marketing. And I think a big part of that was because Amazon does their Prime Day during July. So I know I was pushing a lot of products on Instagram and that type of thing, sharing things that I was using and such to people. So I think I just had a lot more conversions in July. August, we were down a lot and I only made $1.89. September, I made $22.69. In October, I made $18.66. And I actually didn't make anything in November and December. I don't know why. I think I was just like not really pushing product in those months as much. So yeah, it fluctuated a lot for me. And this is one that I really want to double down on and learn how to scale a bit more. That brought my grand total for affiliate marketing last year up to $90.75. So while we're on the topic of sort of passive income, I want to talk about dividends. So dividends, if you're unfamiliar, is when companies pay out essentially a payment to their shareholders for simply owning stock in their company. So I basically purchase, stocks of a company, and because I'm invested in them, they'll pay me out as like almost like a thank you for being invested. I do use Robinhood to just make my own personal investments, and I do have actually an affiliate link with Robinhood. So if you guys want to sign up for Robinhood, I would recommend checking out that. I'll include it down in the description box, and you do get free stock. I do as well. So it's really just free money. If you sign up for Robinhood, it's free to get started. So I do use Robinhood. I think it's super user friendly, but in that platform, you can kind of see like how much companies are willing to pay for each share of stock that you own. So once you start having, thousands and thousands of dollars invested in certain companies, you can actually make like pretty decent income from dividend investing. Honestly, dividend investing is like its own strategy, and that's not really, what I want to dive into on this video, but it's a way that I have been able to start building some kind of passive income from that. I will also mention that the reason these numbers fluctuate month over month a lot is because some companies pay monthly, some companies pay quarterly, and it just kind of depends on the company for like when they pay out their dividends. So some months are significantly higher than others, kind of based on when the payout is. But in general, I think, the trend is going up because I'm reinvesting my money. I am continuing to grow my portfolio, and ultimately that means like larger and larger dividend payments over time. And this is one that I really, really want to grow long-term in life so that I can, be living off my dividend investments and be reading a book on the beach in Mexico or something like that. So in the month of January, I made $23.26. In the month of February, I made $22.85. In the month of March, I made $37.84. In the month of April, I made $41.17. In the month of May, I made $23.76. In the month of June, I made $32.42. In the month of July, I made $52.92. In the month of August, I made $24.07. In the month of September, I made $32.51. In the month of October, I made $29.89. In the month of November, I made $24.42. And lastly, in the month of December, I made $43.61. And that brought my grand total for the year of 2023 for my dividends up to $388.72, which again, yeah, this is pretty small, but it is truly passive. I'm not doing anything at all to earn this money. It's just, flowing effortlessly and growing for me. So imagine if I could 10x it and get it up to like 3,000, 3,800, like that would be really amazing, truly passive, like livable income. All right, next let's talk about a side hustle that I started doing actually at the end of 2022 and really started to pick it up in 2023, and then also kind of tapered off at the end of the year in 2023. And that is Rover. So if you're unfamiliar with Rover, it's basically like dog sitting service. You can list yourself as a dog sitter on their platform called Rover. On Rover, you can do boarding in your house, so the dogs come to your house. You can do daycare. You can do staying in, the person's house. It's super easy to actually sign up, but I will say if you want to do Rover, you need to obviously like pets. You need to like dogs. And Chris and I love dogs. When I first signed up for doing Rover, I was thinking this will be so great for Doodle. We're both home, work from home all the time, so it's easy to watch dogs basically. And then kind of towards the end of the year, we decided to get a puppy. We got Loki, and with that I was like, I don't really want a bunch of like strange dogs coming over and potentially teaching him bad habits and stuff like that. So I thought maybe we could restart it in a few months once he grew up a little bit and got a little bit more better behaved. But then obviously I got pregnant, and because of the pregnancy I was like, I don't really want to be super responsible for somebody else's dog if like something happens with the pregnancy, I go into labor early or whatever. So we haven't really been doing Rover since roughly September timeframe. There's an exception to that, but let's go ahead and look at this. So again, most of my income from Rover was at the beginning of the year. In the month of January, I made $220. In the month of February, I made $580. In the month of March, I made $288. In the month of April, I made $128. In the month of May, I made $264. In the month of June, I made $123. And then it was kind of weird because July and August were so slow. Like we were still doing Rover at that time, but we just didn't get any bookings. And I honestly think a lot of people, I don't know, stay put here in Vegas, or maybe people are like leaving with their dogs. they like drive them to some other place because they don't want to be here in summer. Not sure. But it really tapered off, and then we got Loki in September, and so then we kind of decided to stop. We did still have one dog that came in for daycare a couple of times over those last few months. So with daycare, it's significantly lower pay, but I made $24 in September and then again $24 in October for the one dog that I had daycare like 2 different times. Again, this was just such an easy one for me because I liked dogs. We had the, you know, the yard space. We're both work from home, and it was really, for the most part, like a lot of the dogs would just kind of chill in our house. We would usually only take 1 or 2 dogs at a time so that it wasn't like overwhelming, and it didn't really change our lifestyle much. You know, they would kind of just like chill in our house and we could go about our day, and we're making money from doing that. So, I mean, again, if you work from home or have a yard or whatever, this is one I definitely recommend experimenting with, but you do have to like pets. Anyways, my grand total from Rover last year was $1,651.00. So it was a pretty solid source of income for me. And if I wasn't, you know, pregnant or didn't get a puppy, I probably would have continued to do Rover a little bit more consistently and, you know, be making anywhere from like $200 to $500 a month, which is pretty good side hustle money. All right, so next let's talk about UGC. UGC stands for user generated content, and it's basically when a person or a company pays individuals that are not really considered, you know, influencers or anything like that to make organic content on page or to provide it to the company as well so that they can use it for their content. Typically this works better for companies because it looks organic and it doesn't feel as like adsy. So UGC is a really cool way that companies are leveraging as like a marketing technique. And I actually had a company reach out to me. I started doing UGC in April, kind of once my YouTube channel started getting a little bit of momentum, and they reached out to me, asked me to make content for them. And so I did do that throughout the rest of the year. But with that, let's look at how much I made each month. So again, April was my first month making money from UGC, and I made $540. In the month of May, I made $1,620. In the month of June, I made $1,640. In the month of July, I made $1,695. In the month of August, I made $1,290. In the month of September, I made $1,080. In the month of October, I made $1,350. In the month of November, I made $1,035. And in the month of December, I made $630. And this was actually my biggest source of income last year. So my grand total for UGC was $10,880.00. So this can definitely be pretty lucrative for, you know, side hustle income, side hustle money. If you're good at making content, but you don't really want to be like an influencer or put your face out there on YouTube like I do, this could be a cool way to just like create content without having to try and become like influencer-y. Next, let's talk about Google AdSense, because I know a lot of you guys care a lot about this. And I will say I have made videos recently about how much YouTube has paid me over, you know, my time being monetized. I think I recently just made one that was sharing with you guys like how much YouTube has paid me in total with 15,000 YouTube subscribers. So if you want to see more info on that, I'll link that video up above. And I've done other videos on this topic as well. I'll also do a full recap of my entire Google AdSense, Google ad revenue once I've hit that 1 year mark, because I think it'll be really interesting to see kind of how this year plays out as I approach that 1 year mark. But with that being said, I got monetized June 1st of 2023. So I don't have, again, income for the entire year of 2023 from Google ad revenue. In the month of June, I made $628.57. In the month of July, I made $900 on the dot. In the month of August, I made $2,183.44. And August was my biggest month. It was absolutely mind-blowing when that happened. That month was crazy. In the month of September, I made $855. In the month of October, I made $1,574.85. In the month of November, I made $997. And in the month of December, I made $958.77. So overall, I have to say I was really happy with my, you know, income, my revenue from Google AdSense last year, because that brought my grand total for 2023 up to $8,097.63. I really thought I was only gonna make like a couple $100s in my first, you know, few months being monetized. So I was just really happy with that and have been really grateful to be able to grow my channel so far this year as well. And that brings me to my last category, which is brand partnerships. So the way that brand partnerships works, especially with YouTube, is companies will reach out to you or you reach out to companies, pitch yourself, you say, you know, this is how many subscribers I have, this is my engagement rate and all these things, and I would love to feature your product or your brand within a YouTube video. Or the company will reach out to you and say, hey, I love your YouTube videos. Would you be interested in mentioning our products in one of your videos or something along those lines? So I didn't really obviously have brands reaching out to me until kind of the second half of the year as my channel really started to grow. Even still with like 15 or 16,000 YouTube subscribers, it goes up and down. I have some months where I don't have brand sponsorships at all, and I have some months where I have like 4 lined up. So it really varies for me still at this point, and I'd love to, of course, get my brand sponsorships up to a point where I have like 4 or 5 lined up every single month. So hopefully, you know, I can continue to scale my YouTube channel and have that be a reality. But with that being said, so I didn't have any brand sponsorships the first half of this year. I actually did have one in June, and after like fees and stuff, they paid me $191. Then I actually did not have any brand sponsorships in the month of July or August. But then the last like 4 months of the year, I had quite a few brand sponsorships. So that was pretty cool. So in September, I made $578 from brand sponsorships. In October, I made $600 on the dot from brand sponsorships. In the month of November, which was my biggest month for sure, $930. And then in December, I made $572.52. And just so you guys know, a lot of times, or sometimes, not all the time, but some of these videos, brand sponsorships could include a TikTok video or posting on Instagram or things like that, not just exclusively YouTube. So that is part of the reason why I have been working on growing, you know, my TikTok and Instagram presence as well. But that brought my grand total for brand partnerships up to $2,871.52. So that one definitely has a lot of potential, I think, as my channel grows, as I grow on social media in general. And it's one that if you're an aspiring YouTuber, you should feel really excited about, because it is really fun to partner with brands, you know, try out their products and things like that. All right, so let's do my grand total roll up for 2023. So the first category was freelance work, where I said I had made a total of $550 in 2023. Then we talked about affiliate marketing, where I made $90.75. Then we had dividends, where I made $388.72. Next, we talked about Rover, where I made $1,651. Then we had UGC, where I made $10,880. Then we had Google ad revenue, where I made $8,097.63. And then finally, we had brand partnerships, where I made $2,871.52. So that brought my grand total for 2023 up to a very exciting $24,529.62. I think it's really exciting that I was able to do that, starting something from scratch, starting something from zero. I created something out of nothing. You know, I got laid off from my tech job. I felt really discouraged, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna do something else. And I turned that into like actual income for me, and something I'm so grateful for. I hope that it helped have you guys kind of see me break it down by category, so you can see, like, as a newer YouTuber, where my majority of my income was coming from last year. I think it'll be super interesting to see how it shifts this year, since like I mentioned, I kind of quit doing UGC earlier this year. My YouTube channel has grown quite a bit, so I hope that my Google ad revenue and brand partnerships are significantly higher next year. I would also love to do some other things like online products or courses or something like that, but it's just not something I've really dove too deep into this year, especially with like the pregnancy and really trying to focus on that. It's definitely something I'm thinking about for the future as I adjust into my new kind of style of life in motherhood and all those things. But yeah, you guys, that's basically it. So that was my grand total for 2023, also broken out by category. I hope that it was informative to you, and I hope that you guys find these videos interesting and useful. Again, I just like to make them because I hope to encourage you that it is actually possible to make money from different side hustles, different income streams, if you just put in a little bit of time and effort and give something a shot. Give it a shot for a couple months, because keep in mind, like, I started my YouTube channel in January and I didn't get monetized for like 6 months. Even with the affiliate marketing on Amazon, I created my Amazon affiliate account in February and I didn't get paid until April, and in April I only made $2. So it just takes some time for these things to like ramp up, gain momentum, and you kind of just have to be patient, trust the process, keep putting out, you know, quality information, quality content, and I think that the, you know, views or income or whatever will come with time. So that's my 2 cents. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will catch up with you guys next time. Thanks.